Hello, and welcome to Porch Time with Bill Benson. I'm Bill Benson, and like I've said in my previous episodes, I'm bringing some friends on my porch to introduce you to them. And today we have Jeff Przech from Unionville, Connecticut. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Great to be here. Thanks a lot.
And
I can't sit like that. I have a guitar.
you know, I shouldn't sit like this. And in a little while, it's going to hurt. Your voice is incredible.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You've got this rich baritone, and do you have a favorite that's not you as a singer?
Singers?
Yeah.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Merle Haggard to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Modern people, Sturgill Simpson, who's like the new big thing in Americana music now, after winning the Grammys and such.
Yeah.
As far as singers, those guys, to me, in terms of just a sheer vocalist, the be-all and end-all of any kind of music ever is Paul Rodgers from Free and Bad Company.
Oh yeah, he's one of those guys that I was always like, oh, I wish I could sing like that.
He's better now than he was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. My fiance and I saw Bad Company last year up at whatever they're calling the amphitheater in Massachusetts now. Mm-hmm. It used to be Greatwoods years ago.
Yeah.
The Dunkin' Donuts, Xfinity, Comcast Theater, whatever it is. But he's better now than he was years ago. It just absolutely floored me.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he's the creme de la creme. I don't aspire to that. That's well out of my
Well, there's
league.
many vocalists and musicians that I look at and go, God, if you could just give me a little piece of that, or just a little piece of that.
That's just a touch.
Yeah,
just a touch.
So why don't you play a song?
Oh, I don't know any songs.
Oh, okay.
Sure, I'd be glad to. Close enough, right?
Yeah.
Close enough to in tune.
Absolutely.
She said, does anyone even love me just for who I am? Sucks the life right out of me when I have to pretend. And I'd never seen fear before like I saw in her eyes. And she chased a fifth of whiskey down with a twist-off bottle of wine. Her hands had the shakes, were a little rough from the farm. I bet a month of paychecks that the other sides were warm. I didn't have the words for her, just spitting in an empty can. But I could feel each one she said, 'cause sometimes you gotta hurt to understand. And I recall the scent of the summer rain, that August night we met. The hair she left on my pillowcase and the smoke from a cigarette. Said she was only seeking virtue. Some were souls and hearts are saved. All night drive to Tennessee, didn't give her what she craved. I asked, is it Jesus that you seek? Kneeling on the cold tile floor, searching for your slice of heaven you won't find at the dollar store. She said, this angel on my shoulder is trying to have her say, it's the devil on my tongue always gets his way. The heaven willows ain't the only thing sweeping. The vultures, they ain't dead, they're just sleeping. When she came undone and all poured out, the torrent and a rhyme. Nothing left to spend but the time. This is where the guitar solo usually goes. We're going to skip that. She said, don't get too comfortable. We don't have that kind of time. Pretty soon you'll go your way, I'll go mine. I guess no one ever told her to come in from the rain. Broken bones and broken hearts, they don't heal the same. She swallowed all her pride, washed it down with pills, chalk out a line around her, a prophecy unfulfilled. She smirked and sank into the seat of her faded red Pontiac. Said it took 3 years to change me, it'll take twice that to change me back. And the willows ain't the only things weeping. The vultures, they ain't dead, they're just sleeping. When she came undone and all poured out, the torrent and rhyme, nothing left to spend but the time. Nothing left to spend but the time. Thank you.
And what's the name of that?
The Willows.
The Willows.
Yeah, that's one of my newer ones.
Yeah.
I just recorded that one with my band a couple weeks ago. It's going to be on the next record.
Yeah. Now you have how many CDs?
Una.
Una?
Yep.
I know that feeling.
One big one.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's the name of it?
Sounds like Fresh. As the folks can see on the graphic up there, my last name's a bit of a mouthful, so
Yeah.
that's how you say it. Fresh sounds like fresh, so I figured I'd call the record that.
Now, when did you put that one out?
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, March of 2015. It's been a while.
Yeah. Now, favorite song off of that?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
They're all your favorites, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of them. You know, there's one on there called Julia Rose. Julia's my daughter. You know, I wrote that one about her. That one's always very special. It's I don't play that one live.
No.
That's emotional.
Yeah.
It's an emotional tune. And you know, in addition to sometimes getting emotional while I sing it and think about a lot of things that you think about while you're singing a song.
Right.
A lot of times when I'm playing it in a loud bar with clinking glasses and a ball game, that's not something. That's not something I'm willing to share. That's not a place I'm willing to go. But that song took me 10 years to write.
Really?
Yeah, I started writing the lyrics very shortly after. She was born in 2005. So I started writing the lyrics to that right after I found out we were going to have a little girl. And I finished the last line while I had the headphones on, standing in front of the microphone, ready to cut it.
Yeah.
So it took me a long time. Wow. Long time.
What's the shortest time it's taken you to write a song?
10 minutes.
Yeah. That you actually like. Yeah. You know, well, sometimes, and as a songwriter, you know that. Some you really have to craft and work on, and you get blocked or whatever. And then sometimes they just go and then they flow out.
Right yeah.
And for me, it's been interesting because some of those that have just flown right out of me have, because I had recorded my first studio CD in 2015, and some of the ones that I play live are the ones that took me the shortest amount of time, and people seem to gravitate to. So it doesn't really for a lot of people, it's where you get it. You get them. You know,
Absolutely.
you get them.
So watch your mic.
Yeah, no. So
it's funny how they change too, isn't it? Over time.
Oh yeah. Well, when I sit on my porch and I'll with my guitar and things, a pad of paper, and the mood you're in, whatever's going on in your head or whatever, they come out a certain way, and then you do start to develop, an ownership to them, and you play them out, and then you get a response, and then they shift a little bit.
Absolutely.
And what may have started out as a ballad becomes a country tune, or the people that you're playing with, kind of change it. So, and your band is called
Jeff Przech and the Outfit.
Yeah. Nice. Play another song.
Play another song?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Let's see. Which one do I want to do? Well, you mentioned songs. We were talking about songs from our first records that have changed over time. This is one from my first record. The song's called Angry All the Time. Usually when I say that, people they kind of raise an eyebrow. They're like, whoa, easy. But, this was just a case of I was having a bad day. It doesn't really describe me. Most people that know me would tell you, no, he's not angry all the time at all. But on that day, I felt like I was. Mm-hmm. So I wrote it, and, it's kind of impossible to go back to the same place you were at emotionally at the time you wrote it. Oh, yeah. So it's, I don't know, I guess in some ways it's like maybe not an out-of-body experience, but certainly an out-of-mind experience. Mm-hmm. And this song has morphed a little bit, but yeah, this song's called Angry All the Time. Okay. a slate gray sky and a biting wind. I'm learning how to be my own best friend. You scale up the trees and ground like concrete. So try to get my body back over my feet. But it sounds easy, it happened like that. Took a lot of things that I can't get back. It'll cut you up and cut you down and drag you under until you drown. I'm tired of being angry all the time. Tired of being angry all the time. I said it before, I say it again. Can't forgive what I can't forget. I won't pay for someone else's crime. Tired of being angry all the time. Running through memories and looking for more. Every time there's one less than there was before. The ones that are gone, I miss the most. But I guess I can't share my life with a ghost. I'm looking for words to go with the voice. And out of mind is the devil's toy. It'll cut you up, it'll cut you down, and drag you under until you drown. I'm tired of being angry all the time. Tired of being angry all the time. I said it before and I'll say it again. Can't forgive what I can't forget. I won't pay for no one else's crime. I'm tired of being angry all the time.
Sweet.
Thanks.
So that's off your
That's
first
off the
one.
first one, yeah.
Now, when did you write your first song?
Probably when I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
You didn't think it was at the time.
Yeah, at the time, I thought I was like reinventing. God, I wrote a song. I'm a songwriter. I mean, you know.
Yeah. When was the first song that you wrote where you truly thought, all right, I have something to say, and this is a quality that I want to present?
A song called "Fade Away" off the first record.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another one that went through a lot of different permutations.
Yeah.
I wrote that one in 2003, and at the time I was playing with some guys. I guess you could loosely call it a band. Mm-hmm. And we had it arranged a certain way, and then I went years doing covers really, and not doing much with original music. Mm-hmm. And eventually I came back to it, and I started to play it more like I'd always heard it in my head.
Yeah.
So that was probably the first one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was definitely the first one. Not probably.
Well, I wrote my first song when I was 16, and that was a song called "Old Man," and it made it to my CD.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Because it was one of those songs that when I first played it out live, it got response, and to a point where it was like, all right, I can do this. I have a message, or I have something to say, and it stuck with me. So and then I have the bag and closet full of stuff that just, should probably use for kindling or, whatever. But occasionally you go back and you pull that one line out.
I shredded most of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did. I had a bunch of old notebooks, and I wouldn't just throw them out.
No.
But yeah, I shredded a lot of them.
Yeah.
There were a few things that I wrote when I was in college, when I was really trying to be profound. You'll see something like, wow, this is terrible, but I can use that line.
Yeah.
And I'll pull a line out of something here and there.
Yeah.
So, where we're in a song, we've got like 3 verses and 3 choruses and a bridge, you get a line. But
yes.
At least it wasn't wasted effort.
No. So you're in the studio now recording your
bits and pieces. We cut 4 songs. God, it was almost a year ago. It was last April 17th.
Yeah.
We cut 4 songs. We're doing it with Tracy Walton up at On Deck in Torrington.
Okay.
Tracy's great. And he was really the impetus to get back in the studio. Like, dude, when are we going to do this record? I'm like, I'm trying. But yeah, we're working on it slowly but surely. It's difficult. There's 4 guys in the band.
Right.
We have 4 very divergent lives.
Yeah.
5 kids between us, 4 full-time jobs, 2 wives, a fiance.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the financial aspect.
Yeah.
Where
it's not cheap.
No, it's not. And unfortunately, I always swore that I never would, but I'm actually going to do a crowdfunding campaign this time.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's going to get done.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to formulate that right now and offer things that, I'm not going to be asking people for tons of money. I mean, you go on some of these crowdfunding websites and they're looking for like $100,000. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
You can
less than 10% of that. But I want to make sure that I offer things to people that are willing to help me, that are going to be worth their while, and something that'll be memorable to them as well.
Right. Well,
that's important to me.
You have your biggest supporters that are going to be with you on the process and on the project, and they will, and hopefully the word will spread.
I hope so.
And
I need to go viral.
Yeah. Just keep that in mind.
Help me, people.
So play another. Can you play another one from the new one coming up?
From the new one coming up? Sure, no problem. Close enough.
It was in tune.
Close enough for rock and roll.
Yeah.
This is a song I wrote a bunch of years ago and never did anything with. I'll tell you the little VH1 storyteller story behind it. I was driving down Route 9 one day, and all of a sudden, the name Maribel popped into my head. I don't know why. And I had this line, Maribel, you wear it well. Okay? Not exactly reinventing the wheel, but I'd never heard the name before. And I wrote a whole song based on this person who died. It's not actually about a person, but I think it's one of those deals where it's about everybody knows somebody like this. So in that sense, I hope there's a little universality to it. But sure enough, remember a couple summers ago when they had those Diet Coke bottles with the name on the back?
Yeah.
My fiance showed me, share a Coke with Maribel. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to.
The universe.
The weirdest thing. I know, it just has a funny way of aligning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a song, it's a little bit more of a rocker that we do with the band. It's a lot of fun. Definitely going to be on the next record. We were all thrilled with the way this came out, but it's called Maribel. Oh, Maribel, you wear it well. The night falls down at your feet. The stony eyes, yes, to tell me lies. You're not getting what you need. You're screening all your phone calls for everyone that's not me. Spend your days watching the walls. There ain't nothing there to see. Well, you did all that you could. Some things you didn't think you should. Didn't turn out like you thought that it would. It may have been wrong, sure was good. Oh, Maribel, you wear it well. Holding sometimes unkind, leaves you without a leg to stand. And if those walls could talk to you, I don't think I'd listen anyway. It's a bitter pill you have to swallow, still can't take you away. You did all that you could, some things you didn't think you should, didn't turn out like you thought that it would. Never been wrong, sure was good. Spend your days watching the walls in your pastel-colored cell. And if those colors spoke to you, or the stories they might tell, you did all that you could. That's the things you didn't think you should, didn't turn out like you thought that it would. Never been wrong, sure was good.
Sweet. Very nice.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things I love about your music is and this isn't, it's where my ears go, is that your music is accessible. I don't have to think too much about what your lyric you're talking about. You know, there's musicians out there that the song may be great, but if I have to think about where you're going with this, or the you know, whatever I have to interpret it, I get bored with it. But you know, listening to you and your lyrics, you know, you can get just drawn into the song, and I think it's great.
I gravitate towards the more narrative type of songwriters.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to get too ethereal with lyrics or anything like that, or symbolic or anything. You know, I believe a good song should tell a story. Yeah. So I mean, I love Jason Isbell.
Yeah, yeah.
He is the he's the coup de grace as far as I'm concerned in terms of that nowadays. But
absolutely.
There's a lot of other people out there as well that write great narrative songs. You know, Hayes Carl's another one. He writes great songs. But I mean, we could sit here and talk for hours about the great writers throughout the years.
But that, you know, and really the ones that I've always appreciated really are the ones that you just get it, you know, and you feel it, and you know, you can just go there. So
yeah, like the John Prynes of the world.
Yeah,
That's when people always mention, or John Hyatt even.
Yeah.
Even Springsteen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not a Springsteen fan. I have the utmost respect and admiration for him. I actually just finished his autobiography a couple days ago, which is a great read. Long read, but a great read. Yeah. You know, just a lot of the things he said about songwriting, it's just, even if, like take that last song, for example, that's not about me or anybody I know, but to a certain extent, I think every song that we write is at the very least emotionally or intellectually autobiographical. Right. Because it's about a place where we were at that time, whether it's you on your porch or me wherever, with that pen and paper and the guitar. Yeah. So that, you know, they're all emotionally autobiographical. But John Mellencamp is another one I've always had great admiration for.
One of my favorites.
Me too. Yeah. Me too.
Well, Jeff, we are running out of time on the porch, and I so wanted to get your daughter Julia Rose to come and join us, but I don't think we'll have time on this episode. Next time. So why don't you roll out with a little bit of something that you feel like doing?
Okay. I'm going to do one more song from my first record. This is one that people seem to respond to quite a bit. It's a song I wrote after seeing a documentary on the History Channel about an old railroad that was built a little over 100 years ago. And I just wrote a song from a perspective of someone who may have been working, trying to support a young family. It's called Clinchfield Rail.
Good.
Soot so thick and black, and cut it with my knife. It's been 4 months or maybe more since I've seen my pretty wife. I pray I'm home before too long, but it's probably just a dream to meet my newborn son who's waiting there for me. Every day is longer than the one that came before, carving earth and moving rock until my body can take no more. 200 miles ahead to reach that Carolina line. You gotta get that coal to Spartanburg from the old Virginia mine. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't ride, I'll make it to see my next sunrise, and I'll be home by Christmas time if the Clinchfield rail gets through. The Appalachian sky so blue and the sun it burns so bright. We sit around the campfire singing lonely songs at night. And each night there's one more missing who didn't last a day, falling to their death, someone else keeping their pay. They're buried in silent graves beneath 80 feet of fill. They gave their lives to make a living, and now they never will. Still 100 miles ahead to reach that Carolina line. I gotta get that coal to Spartanburg from the old Virginia mine. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't ride, I'll make it to see my next sunrise, and I'll be home by Christmas time if the Clinchfield rail gets through. For these tunnels and these bridges, I've sacrificed my life. It's been 4 years or maybe more since I've seen my pretty wife. The boomtowns start to look the same as we drive on through these hills, through the backcountry land with black diamonds and the smoke from moonshine stills. The Blue Ridge Mountains stand before me, promise that they own, to connect this Appalachian land to the rest of the world. Only 50 miles ahead to reach that Carolina line. You gotta get that coal to Spartanburg from the old Virginia mine. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't ride, I'll make it to see my next sunrise, and I'll be home by Christmas time if the Clinchfield rail gets through.